Ever wondered what transpired on the longest day of the 20th century, the day that turned the tide of World War II? Let's journey back to 1944. The world was in the throes of the Second World War. The Nazi regime, under Adolf Hitler, had occupied much of Europe. The Allies, determined to halt this menacing advance, were preparing for a counteroffensive. The stage was set for a daring invasion, one that would mark a significant turning point in the war. The operation was codenamed D-Day, a term used in the military to denote the start of a mission. Key players were involved: the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, and other allied nations, pitted against the formidable Nazi forces. These countries united with a common goal: to establish a Western front in Nazi-occupied Europe and initiate the liberation of Western Europe. So the stage was set for one of the most significant battles of the Second World War. But how do you plan and execute such a massive operation, you might ask? Well, the magnitude of the D-Day operation was truly unprecedented. It began with a decision by the Allied leaders, who recognized the need to establish a Western front against Nazi-occupied Europe. The planning phase was a colossal task, involving the coordination of military forces from multiple nations, including the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, and others. Led by Generals Eisenhower and Montgomery, the Allies meticulously plotted their assault, considering every possible scenario and outcome. They devised a strategy to land on 5 separate beaches, codenamed Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juno, and Sword. The English Channel, a stretch of water separating southern England from northern France, was turned into a staging ground for this ambitious operation. This plan wasn't just about troop deployment. It involved understanding the terrain, preparing for enemy defenses, and coordinating a massive naval and air support. An operation of this magnitude required meticulous planning and coordination. Now, imagine the early morning of June 6, 1944, as the first boats hit the beaches. The air is thick with tension and fear, as thousands of Allied troops from the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, and other nations prepare to storm the beaches of Normandy. This audacious assault is spread across 5 code-named beaches: Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juno, and Sword. Each beach presents its unique set of challenges. From the heavily fortified German defenses at Omaha to the treacherous beach obstacles at Gold, the soldiers are met with a daunting array of threats. Yet, they press on, driven by a sense of duty and determination. The scale of the operation is staggering, with the beaches echoing with the thunderous boom of artillery and the relentless chatter of machine gun fire. The invasion had begun, but the toughest battles were yet to be fought. But what were the challenges that the soldiers faced? As dawn broke on D-Day, the Allied forces found themselves up against formidable obstacles. The beaches of Normandy were heavily fortified with German defenses, including bunkers, artillery, and trenches. The sea was dotted with treacherous obstacles, designed to impede the landing crafts and tanks. Mines were another hazard, lurking beneath the sand and the waves, ready to claim unwary victims. Omaha Beach was the scene of some of the most intense fighting. The American forces tasked with securing this beach found themselves facing a veritable fortress. The terrain itself was a challenge, with steep cliffs providing a natural advantage to the German defenders. Coupled with a network of concrete bunkers and machine gun nests, it seemed an insurmountable obstacle. Despite these challenges, the soldiers pressed on, displaying incredible bravery and resilience. Their determination and courage in the face of such adversity were key factors in overcoming the obstacles of D-Day. So, what was the outcome of this audacious assault? You may wonder. Well, the Allies, against all odds, managed to establish a crucial foothold on the beaches of Normandy. This audacious assault, this D-Day, was a success. But let's not forget, it was a success steeped in sacrifice. Thousands of valiant soldiers from the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, and other Allied nations laid down their lives on those beaches. Each life lost was a family shattered, a story abruptly ended, yet their sacrifice was not in vain. Their courage, their determination, their unwavering spirit in the face of such overwhelming odds was the driving force behind this pivotal victory. These brave souls from different walks of life, united by a common cause, made the ultimate sacrifice for a greater good, for a world free from tyranny. The success of D-Day came at a great cost, but it marked a turning point in the war. But how did D-Day change the course of World War II, you may ask? Well, the successful invasion was a game changer, a pivotal moment that altered the trajectory of the war. Upon breaching Hitler's formidable Atlantic Wall, the Allies had finally established a much-needed second front in Europe. This effectively divided the already stretched German forces, weakening their grip on the occupied territories. The days following D-Day saw the liberation of key French towns and cities, eventually leading to the freeing of Paris in August of the same year. This was a huge morale boost for the Allies, and a devastating blow to the Nazis. Moreover, the invasion set the stage for further offensives into Nazi-occupied Europe, marking the beginning of a relentless march towards Berlin. The tide had turned, and the end of Nazi Germany was in sight. D-Day was not just a battle, it was a turning point that changed the course of history. So, what is the legacy of D-Day? It's a question that resonates through the decades. The Normandy landings were not just a military operation, they were a turning point in human history. D-Day marked the beginning of the end for the Nazi regime, paving the way for the liberation of Europe and the eventual defeat of Hitler's forces. Moreover, it symbolized a triumph of unity, courage and determination in the face of tyranny. The collective effort of the Allied nations during D-Day demonstrated the power of international cooperation in achieving a common goal. The sacrifices made by thousands of soldiers on those beaches continue to inspire generations, serving as a poignant reminder of the high price of freedom. In the post-war world, the events of D-Day have left an indelible impact, shaping geopolitical landscapes and influencing international relations. And that, dear viewers, is the remarkable story of D-Day, a day that changed the world.